It's so good to see everyone's faces. This last week has been impossibly difficult. It's been a living nightmare, but sensing and seeing your support and care and compassion is truly comforting. And we're feeling so many different emotions simultaneously, feeling broken and horrified and disgusted and fearful and numb. But at the same time, we're also feeling resilient and hopeful and angry and charged and very unified. And personally, this has been one of the most trying weeks of my life. Um, I cry every single time I see my grandchildren. It's hard to eat without thinking of disturbing and dreadful images. And I think most Israelis, or most of us, we can't sleep. Either we're sick with worry that our children are about to enter into a combat zone, or sick to our stomach of what happened to our citizens and brethren, or just have survivor's guilt and feel horrible that we're able to put our heads on a soft pillow at night. But we must move forward. We need to heal. We need to help. And that's what everyone here is doing on this Zoom. As an organization, as Nefesh B'Nefesh, let me share with you some of what we're trying to do. It's been heartbreaking, but I'll share with you very briefly. We've focused on our responsibilities and our capabilities. We focused on who we're responsible for and how do we leverage those unique responsibilities and partnerships within the government to somehow make a difference. So our missions are threefold. The first is our lone soldiers and their families. I'm not sure some of you on the screen know, but for the last 10 years, since the last 10 years ago, Nefesh B'Nefesh has been the sole provider of services for all lone soldiers from around the world, for the IDF and for other organizations. Lone soldier is a young adult, leaves their family, makes aliyah, and serves in the army. At any one time, there's usually around 4,000 of lone soldiers in active combat from over 64 countries. Right now, since they called up all the reserves, we have around 10,000 lone soldiers that are under our program. I have to tell you that 6 of those soldiers have been captured. 5 of them are hospitalized. 11 of them have been killed. And so they're basics of what we've tried to put in place. These are basics. We created a 24/7 hotline for the parents of lone soldiers from around the world in multiple languages. We have staffs that, it's hard to believe, but we have staffs that are dedicated to going to each shiva, to going to the hospitals of the injured, to going to each funeral. We have social workers who deal with the families of these lone soldier captives. We're giving free mental health to soldiers who are out there in the fields who are experiencing some PTSD, especially in the forensic pathology area. We're broadcasting seminars from IDF to lone soldier parents in multiple languages. We've done 2 to the English public tonight. We just finished one for the Russian public. Around 350 Russian parents just finished a Zoom by us, and supplies for lone soldiers. But there's one project that is unique that we're doing, that we're leveraging our unique responsibilities and capabilities, and that is that we are offering free flights to family members and parents or siblings of an injured or Rahmana killed son or daughter, or families that are having a tremendously difficult time being away from their child who is serving. This morning, hundreds of soldiers called up their parents from around the world, telling them that they had to turn off their phones because they're getting ready from going into operation, and they didn't want the enemy to obviously detect where their troops were. And we've been flooded from parents. We've been becoming the therapist for the parents of giving them that support. Last night, in the middle of the night, a Russian Oleg called us, a soldier, and he said, I know you're offering for our parents to visit us, but my mother just died from cancer. Could we use the money that you were allocating for the flight for her to help me bury her in Israel? I can't do it because I'm in the field. These are the aspects and the difficulties and the challenges and the heart-wrenching elements that we're dealing with. And then we have the 80,000 immigrants that we're responsible for that we brought from America over the last bunch of years. 11,000 of them are living in the periphery within our joint partnership with JNF. And many of them are under assault. Many of them are wounded. Many of them are being evacuated. And we're doing basics. We're arranging free therapy and counseling services. We're distributing needs. We offered weddings. So all the couples that were supposed to get married in the periphery and their wedding halls got canceled. And we're offering free weddings at our campus in Jerusalem. We just had one 2 nights ago. It was stunning. And offering transportation to Olim who've lost cars because of all the rockets. What's something unique that we're doing for this population is that we're offering hundreds of grants to the families, to these families in the north and south from the JNF Nefesh partnership that are out of jobs right now. Industries are closed. They're relocated to a different area. So we're trying to help those families. Third is that there is a perfect storm that Israel is experiencing right now within its medical healthcare system. Number one, there's an impending physicians shortage in Israel. Number two, there's mass casualties that we've never expected. And three, we have so many physicians in active duty in combat. We are working hand in hand as a partner with the Ministry of Health to bring physicians from abroad, from different countries into Israel. This is under the radar. We've created a list with the ministry of thousands of names of physicians who are ready to go at a moment's notice. The Army and the Ministry of Health go through these lists, selects the physicians. They connect them to the hospitals or to the Army bases. We facilitate the trip, meaning the entire logistics of the flights, of the housing, of the hospitality, of the transportation. The licensing we do with Ministry of Health. And this is saving lives. I can tell you that this is already starting. Over the weekend, we had 9 physicians that landed on Saturday, on Shabbat. And many of them were forensic pathologists. The heart-wrenching fact that there are hundreds of victims that are yet identifiable. This is where we're at. I'm trying not to duplicate efforts of others. I'm not trying to get into the spaces of other remarkable initiatives and organizations. I try to hone in to our responsible parties and the capabilities of what we can do to be a game changer in service providing during this war. Listen, the Jews are very good in finding light in times of darkness. I think we all have faith and hope that we will get to that light soon. I think it's just hard for us that for the last 77 years, we've been chanting and proclaiming never again. And that illusion of never again was shattered 11 days ago. So I've been saying to my family, to my kids, we might not be able to say never again, but we can say never alone. And I very much feel that sentiment. Seeing the hundreds of faces on the Zoom and understanding how many of you are supporting by love and compassion and efforts. It's just really remarkable. Just from the bottom of my heart, and so many of us here, we just thank you so much.